All right, I'm here at Ebike Day, the Hartford Capital, and found the Spark booth. We got Matt, the founder of Spark Cycleworks, and he's working on a new build here, the Javelin. So Matt, tell us about what you're working on.
Yeah, so we're kind of low on bikes right now. We have Teo and Colin over at the auto show. So unfortunately, I only had a couple bikes to bring, and one of them just happened to be the Javelin to show off. But yeah, I brought this guy. It's the new bike we've been working on in Branford. What's really unique about it is the frame is going to be completely made in Branford. So right now the frames are made overseas, and our goal is to make a frame that's going to be made completely 100% by our team. There's a lot of reasons for that, but I'm going to get into that.
And I know there's no pedals.
There are no pedals.
So you specifically wanted to do that. Tell me why.
So there's a lot of controversial stuff with this bike. Won't get crazy into right now, but yeah, one of the biggest things is pedals. If we're making a bike in the United States right now with a 7-person team, it's going to get crazy expensive. So to start off, at least, we need to figure out ways to get that cost down. And if we can remove pedals, which at the speed this bike goes, you don't need to pedal anyway, so why does it matter? That takes about $500 off the whole cost.
Oh, wow.
So we'd rather put that into a bigger battery.
Yeah.
So yeah, no pedals.
So what are the specs going to be in this bike?
That's all still
up in the air?
working out. But it'll be comparable, probably a little bit more powerful than the Bandit.
More powerful, okay.
Yeah. We're kind of right on this line right now. Honestly, it's a lot up to the regulation.
Yeah.
So it depends on what's going to happen around the country with regulation.
Can I sit on this?
What's up?
Can I sit on that?
Yeah, sure. Let me make sure it's off.
Yeah.
It's off now. You can sit on it. Go for it. But if you want to see some of the more interesting things about the bike is that it's going to be fully analog. So again, this is like super rough.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like knife blade sharp edges and everything everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not going to be electrical tape holding it on. But
I like that look. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a analog machine look.
So we've been studying a lot of old tracker bikes, like old Indian tracker bikes. A bike that keeps on coming up in our design ethos is the S90 from Honda. So if you look up a Honda S90, you'll be like, I see some similar lines to what's going on. But yeah, definitely a lot of analog stuff going on. There's a lot of reasons for that. And then a lot of stuff going on with the handlebars that's very unique.
Okay.
So
like what?
I'm not going to talk too much about it,
okay,
but just know that all of these buttons are very important.
Okay.
So
they're all functioning.
They're all functioning.
Okay.
The big goal with Javelin is fun. That's the whole focus.
Yeah.
So if we look at Bandit, the Bandit's real focus is utility.
Right.
Like we want somebody to be able to use that as a car replacement, be able to get to work on that thing, go do their groceries and stuff. The Javelin is not that.
This is a bike I would like to ride, I think.
Yeah. The Javelin is purely, I just want to have fun on this thing.
Right.
This is not my commuter vehicle. I mean, it could be because it would be fun to do it, but this is going to be a very different purpose.
And to me, it's one of the most unique bike designs I've ever seen in the e-bike world here. So.
Well, it's not just that, but just in general, the way the frame is built is totally different. Yeah. So one of the biggest ways
I saw the a video of the frame you bought online somewhere. You had it made somewhere, and it came in pieces. Is that the idea when to build it yourself as well? You just basically
we did that.
Assemble. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yep. So that's this one. I just put some paint on it last week.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if you look at normal bicycles, motorcycles, it's all tubular frames.
Tubular, right?
And one of the biggest challenges is bending tubes. Bending tubes is an art form. Unless you have some really fancy machines that can do it perfectly every time, which we don't, because we build in the hundreds versus the thousands. So we basically created a new system on how to make a frame. And the reason that it works is because of the way e-bike parts are. They're just big blocks, right? So this whole down tube, this is the battery. This whole bottom part, this is all the controller. This is all additional electronics to run accessories and stuff like that. So you got these like squares that you have to work with.
Right.
And either you have like a bottom container like the Bandit does, or you got some like funky battery that's just on there. So it's all contained in that frame. The outer shell is the frame. That's
right.
the key. It's like the way like modern like jets are made.
you have to do anything special just to create that firmness and stability in the frame? I mean,
Yeah, so there's some tricks going on to make that work. The way I could explain it to you is a soda can. So if you take a soda can and you cut the top off a soda can, it just becomes this crumply, bendy thing.
right.
But with the top on it, it's incredibly rigid. So this whole frame is under tension. So like the rear fork, for example, it is bowed out. And as you tighten up the motor brackets, it puts stress on the entire frame. Not bad stress, good stress. And brings that entire thing into tension. We have added some additional supports in the back because I was finding that when I was going like 45, 50 miles an hour on this thing, I was feeling it kind of swaying a little bit.
Yeah.
And since we did that, it's like rock solid. But
Nice. So this will be a more expensive bike than the Bandit, you think?
We'll see. We'll see. Our goal is to not. Our goal is to be pretty much like right in line.
Yeah.
You know? This is not going to be a $5,000 bike. That's not going to happen.
Right.
So, because it doesn't have a ton of crazy features.
Right.
It's very restricted. And again,
Simplistic, minimalistic.
Yeah, the goal is just get on and have fun. That's really it.
And what's the time frame, do you think?
We'll see.
Sometime later this year? Or?
Yeah, I'm working on prototype 2 right now. So that prototype 2 will probably be done in like a month and a half. And if that works, our goal has been to fall. That's really been what we're trying to push. We're really trying to get it done so that it can be ready for launching in the fall.
Well, I can't wait to test ride it, man.
Yeah.
So
okay.
let's do it.
Try this crazy thing out.
All right, man. Thanks, Matt.